Hello everyone, this video will support your completion of the bonus question. The example that we're working with right now is exactly like the bonus question below. So you will do question 2 on your own. You'll follow the same steps that I follow in this video. You will upload your written response. I want you to write your work, solve your answers in the same way that I solved the example, and upload your responses into Canvas. You will complete this question using Honor Lock. So it should be proctored. You'll log into Honor Lock. You'll select the bonus question. Make sure that your camera is on. Make sure that you have your ID, that you show your ID during the room scan, and show yourself completing the problem. After you complete the problem, you'll end the session and you'll have 2 minutes to upload your response. Take a picture of it. You could scan it, but you will upload either the picture or the PDF document back into Canvas where you see bonus questions. Submit your bonus question here. If you have questions, send me an email. Now let's look at the example. So at the top we have name. So you will write your name. You will put today's date. Today's date is October 12th. So you'll put the date that you complete the problem in that line. Next, you'll write the CRN number. The course CRN number is a 6-digit number that's next to your course. So one of our CRN numbers is 16205. So it's a 5-digit number. You'll find your course ID in Canvas. Your CRN number, is located in Canvas. If you don't know what it is, it's also on your syllabus. Let's look at the question. Tariq is a Seminole State student who plans to go to Miami during the summer. He has $5,500 for the trip and anticipates spending $650 each week on hotel, meals, and activities. Part 1, we want to use this information to create a mathematical model for the trip. Now, what is a mathematical model? It's an equation or a function that can be used to determine information about that trip. Now be sure that you clearly indicate how you arrived at your answer. You want to show all work. So here our mathematical model relates to the trip that Tariq is taking. Some specific information that we're given is that he plans to spend $650 a week on his hotel, meals, and activities, and that he's already saved $5,500 for the trip. So we'll go ahead and write a function down here calling it f of x, where x, we need to define the variable, so make sure you define your variable. X will represent the value of this function is really the amount of money that he spends on his Miami trip, but x will represent the number of weeks that he stays, because we know each week he has a certain amount he plans to spend, so we'll use that x to define this function as $650 times x. So however much money he spends each week, if he stays 5 weeks, we place 5 for x and multiply it times 650, and that'll let us know the total cost of his trip. This f of x gives us the total cost of the trip. And that's all you have to write for part 1. You want to write your function and make sure you define your variable. Next, we want to know the amount of money that Tariq will have left after 2 weeks. So let's figure out how much he will spend in 2 weeks. So using our f of x function, f of x equals 650x. Remember, x stands for the number of weeks, and we want to know how much he spends in 2 weeks. So where x is, we're going to replace the number 2. So we want to know f of 2, which equals 650 times 2. All right, I'll place a dot here to show multiplication. And 650 times 2, this gives us $1,300. This is how much money he spends after 2 weeks on his vacation to Miami. but the question asks us how much is left. So if he spent $1,300 to figure out how much is left, we will subtract 1,300 from the total amount that he saved. And remember, he saved $5,500. So we'll take $5,500 and subtract 1,300, the amount he spent, from that number. And when we subtract $5,500 or subtract 1,300 from $5,500, we get what's left, $4,200. That's what he has left. All right, we'll place a dollar sign here. For part 2, Tariq said he would be back from his trip in 10 weeks, but that didn't sound quite right to you. Find out if Tariq can or cannot stay 10 weeks using his current savings, and he currently saved $5,500. Explain your results in the context of the problem, and be sure to show your model again. So let's copy down our model. Our f of x equals 650x. Now, does it make sense for us to say that Tariq could spend 10 weeks in Miami? So we'll make that determination by substituting 10 for x. We want to find f of 10. Everywhere x is, we're going to replace x with the number 10. All right. Now, when we multiply 650 times 10, we get 6,500. Now, this number is larger than what he saved. Remember, he saved $5,500. Now, why does this not make sense for him to spend 10 weeks in Miami? It's because it costs more than what he has saved. So to answer this question, you need to explain why it does not make sense or it doesn't sound right to you for Tariq to say that he spent 10 weeks in Miami if he only had $5,500. So we would say that $600 or $6,500 is more than Tariq saved. It's more than the $5,500 that Tariq saved. And that's why it doesn't sound right. All right, so you want to follow these same steps for question 2 about Maryland as a Valencia College student that's planning a trip to Las Vegas, and you're going to write all of the solutions, show all of your work, complete all of the steps, and submit your response after 2 minutes, and make sure you log into HonorLock. That concludes this video.